A man swerved his car to avoid hitting a toolbox in the road on Interstate 90 and rolled his vehicle sideways last night. Hans Blow, a 49-year-old Newport resident, was driving a white 2002 Chevrolet pickup west on I90, about 8 miles west of George. According to the Washington State Patrol, a toolbox fell off of the 2002 Bray utility trailer he was towing, and it landed in the right lane. Cody Touche, a 20-year-old Prosser man, was driving a white 2007 Saturn Vue a few cars back. He reportedly swerved to avoid hitting the toolbox and rolled the car sideways. It came to a rest in the highway median on its side. Touche and his passenger, Sonia Cruz, a 20-year-old Grandview resident, were injured and taken to the Quincy Valley Medical Center. The State Patrol has issued Blow a citation for failure to secure a load. In Northwest news, Seattle's biggest highway was shut down yesterday after a trooper shot a man authorities say showed some bizarre behavior and brandished a knife. The incident impacted thousands of people on a busy, hot June afternoon. KOMO 4 reporter Lindsay Cohen has the details.
To see it was surreal.
Cops are coming from every direction onto the road.
Not only a highway empty at rush hour, but what led up to Seattle's biggest freeway becoming a ghost town.
I saw all these cars being turned around. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Most people have probably never seen anything even close to this. A man stopping his truck in the middle of the highway. Witnesses tell police it was on fire, perhaps intentionally. And then this.
911 calls had this driver with some type of aerosol can spraying the freeway.
Troopers flooded the scene. They say the suspect drew a large green circle on the ground and then displayed a knife. They tried to get him to drop the weapon, first with words and then with a taser.
He brandished a knife at our officer, so we're still trying to figure out exactly why.
With public safety in mind, troopers say they had no choice but to shoot. The type of response that ground Interstate 5 to a standstill.
Well, everyone was standing on top of their cars.
Some drivers got out of their cars. Others turned around to find a way home. Traffic was a mess in all directions.
Seems to be a whole lot for a shooting.
A shooting investigation stretching into the night, but a highway that will flow once again, likely long before all the answers do.
You've got several cars, several witnesses still around this subject who is obviously acting erratically, and we don't know exactly why.
The suspect is being treated at Harborview Medical Center. His condition is not known. Changes in marijuana laws in Washington have affected operations at state crime labs. Even with the new law, labs still have to process the drug for cases involving juveniles and impaired drivers. The supervisor of the State Patrol Crime Lab in Kennewick, Jason Stenzel, says that before legalization, marijuana was identified with a simple chemical test and a quick microscope look. Under the new law, the lab has to determine whether suspected marijuana has a certain level of THC. The Kennewick lab can't do that. The sample has to be sent to the lab in Spokane. The new testing requirements have resulted in a case delay of 3 to 4 months and added a cost of $400. 200,000 Comcast customers in the Seattle region are becoming public Wi-Fi hotspots, and they might not know it. It's all part of Comcast's plan to expand internet availability. KOMO 4 reporter Matt Markovich reports on who is affected.
It's a mantra preached by internet experts. Know who's using your home wireless network.
That's why Comcast is making Xfinity Wi-Fi available at thousands of convenient hotspots.
But now Comcast is launching a new network of 200,000 wireless hotspots in our region. But customers may not know their homes are the hotspot. The new Aris wireless modems are being installed by Comcast now have 2 signals, one for home use and one controlled by Comcast that anyone can access without the homeowner's knowledge.
When customers understand how it's used, they really like it.
Comcast says it's to expand free wireless access to neighborhoods around the country for existing Comcast customers. But for non-customers, they have to pay. And that's why some say it's a money grab by Comcast on the backs of its customers who are powering and paying for their routers. To prove how it works, we did a test. We drove around a random neighborhood to see if we could find an Xfinity Wi-Fi signal. Up came an explanation from Comcast explaining how I can log in and use their Wi-Fi network here from this house. For non-customers, the first hour is free, $2.95 for the next hour, $7.95 for the day, $19.95 for the week. Comcast says this second network is totally secure.
They're essentially looked at as a temporary customer at that point, and so they're traceable.
Comcast says it sent this letter letting homeowners know of the second public wireless network and that speeds aren't affected.
We've got enough bandwidth there that we're able to make sure that your speeds remain the same.
In the future, the Xfinity Wi-Fi home hotspot solution could enable millions of hotspots across the country.
If you don't want to opt into Comcast Stream, call them. They'll disable the second network for you. In Seattle, Matt Markovich, KOMO 4 News.
Only Comcast customers who subscribe to the Performance or Blast internet plans and have an Aris wireless modem are affected. That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.